AEW has filed a trademark for the term Varsity Club, which is a good excuse to ask you for a story or two on Kevin Sullivan.
Oh, Kevin Sullivan?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody knows this, but I met Kevin Sullivan. We met before we really got into business. We were kind of in the business, but really like low independent business. And he is from Boston. I'm from South Carolina originally, and we met because my brother really liked wrestling, and he ran a little promotion, really little. And Kevin wanted to get into business. I kind of did too, but I didn't really say, well, that's what I want to do, because I was never growing up, I was a fan of wrestling, but never a real big fan of wrestling. Do you know what I memean? Mm-hmm. I could even tell then that it was a little bit orchestrated and rehearsed a little bit, but didn't take away from my enjoyment of it. I just never followed it that much. And I met Kevin, I bet when we was like 19 years old. And that's where I first ran across him. Then he went to work for the Georgia Territory, and I went to the U.S. Army, and they tried to kill me overseas for about a year. Then I came back. But Kevin, he did a deal one time I saw. You were telling me this guy named Kanemura?
Yeah, at the time he may have been like Wing Kanemura. You sent me the video.
Oh, it was the first time. Well, Kevin has always been a little hardcore. And let's promise these people we'll show them that Kanemura tape next time. Can we do that?
I can put it up now if you want.
Well, it's up to you.
It might be, actually, to be honest, it might actually be a bit too gory, and I might have to. I'll probably not. It's already censored.
It's already censored. You just see the cut one time.
Okay,
but it's the damnedest. Well, let me just explain it.
Okay.
They said this guy that he had the spike where he would spike them. So we had this Japanese guy that I knew from Adam's House Cat. I didn't know this guy, and I found out later that he worked for the Wings promotion or the FMW promotion, one of them, which was the forerunner of ECW in Japan. I think we just talked about it. And he got there. He couldn't wrestle for shit, but he could bleed like a bastard. So they got him on TV, and I was watching those people. He was bleeding, and the people were like, they were shying away from him because he did get what we call color. He got a lot of color. And then he pulled out the spike, and he put it in his arm. And there's only one place. It's only like 24 seconds long, I think. Not very long. But you do see the cut. But, strangely, he bled a lot more from his head than his arm. And that arm was a gash. I mean, if you can stand to see this stuff, hell, we can stand to show it to you. But that was the first time I'd ever met Kanemura. And that's how he got his job, because he could bleed. He was a bleeder.
You weren't doing commentary. It was Bob Caudle and...
It was me.
Oh, was it you? I thought it was Bob Caudle and someone else. Maybe there were three in the booth.
No.
Oh, okay then. I'll tell you what then. I'll pause for a second. I'll bring it up for you. And we're back. I'm going to turn the volume down slightly, and here we go.
He's got a spike there or something. Look at there.
Whoa.
Oh, my God.
So I spoke to Kevin Sullivan not too long ago, and he said that this Kanemura character X-Acto knifed his own arm.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. I remember that now.
That's unbelievable. You're talking about gasoline.
Now look, that's where you see it right there. See?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Wow.
Kanemura is trying to hold back, but Sullivan...
Now, for the video viewers at home, I've got an overlay over this video so I can use this without getting copyright ID stung from YouTube. But I do have the right to use this because we're watching this for the purpose of review. There's a disclaimer for you. Oh, jeez.
Oh, it's too much.
It's awful, isn't it?
Now, this was done 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Here comes somebody, Larry Santos.
Well, here comes somebody. I'll tell you who, what.
What's he called? Brian Clark, the Night Stalker.
Yeah, I think so. That was him.
There we
Now,
go.
this was a little crowd in Smoky Mountain Wrestling, and you go back in those nooks and crannies of the Appalachian Mountains. No live shows came there. So every time we would show up for a TV, and you can't put more than 700, 800 people in those small high school gyms, but it was packed out. So, but I never knew, and I found this out later, that he bled from his head, and I've already said this, but his arm, and it had a cut about this long on it, and about I guess a quarter inch deep. It was a gash. It didn't bleed that much. Odd, isn't it?
Well, that's a good thing he didn't go through an artery. But I mean, what planet was he on that you thought that was a good idea? He only ever turned up once. I think that was his only match in Smoky.
That's the only one he had because Kevin Sullivan got him there. Because I think Kevin was working for FMW or Wings at the time. And I think they wanted to send this guy because the Japanese promotions used to like to send their talent to the United States or to America.
Yeah, excursion.
And just have them, just go around and I don't know what the idea behind it was, but I guess they wanted to expose them to the world of wrestling. I don't know because they damn sure didn't make any money on it. I don't think Jim Cornette paid a lot of money for this guy. I guess they paid him the regular fee or maybe a little bit, but I think Cornette in these territories, they made barter deals where I'll send you this guy and give you tape on him and you send me that guy.
And then this guy gets sent back home with dozens of stitches in his arm for a $50 payoff. And
it was probably more than that. I think they probably got him up to, it was 30 years ago. He probably made 300, 200 something, which was at today wasn't that bad. But still, to mutilate your body for any amount of money, remember that I was a wussy and I would not do it. I could be broke on my ass sitting on the street and say, hey, if you go up and you just cut your damn arm, we give you $1,000. I said, hey, I don't know. I ain't doing it. Because then if I cut my arm, then I don't have no money to pay the doctor. Probably go to the doctor, it'd be $1,100 and they only give me $1,000.